From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on this Wednesday, March 10th. The markets, the index markets in particular, were very firm coming in today. And the S&P, the March S&P went up exactly to the old high at 1147.90 and backed off. In fact, what happened just now is the gold market got hit. Gold and copper just got hit. We don't really see where it's all coming from, but gold and copper got hit, and then it seemed to drag, along with crude, and it seemed to drag down the index markets with it. Now, the NASDAQ is still up 10, and the S&P futures are up 0.130, but you know what? The volumes are just not here. When you take out the Globex volumes that were done pre-open, and you take out the S&P spreads that, you know, we're into the S&P roll, they only have about 4,000 big S&Ps traded, and when you take out the spreads and the Globex volumes and the minis, it's about 700,000. This is way lower than what we would normally be seeing. Now, yesterday we did see a pickup in volume, but most of that volume came in the late afternoon. I think 1.78 million minis traded total throughout the whole day. Now, as far as the rest of the day is concerned, you know what? I'm not a technician. I want to re-say this. We're not technicians. We're just floor guys. You know, we look at the pit. The way we look at the pit, we try to gain a view of it, what's going on, put everything together. But on a technical note, we need to refer to Tim from Top Notch on that. Going into the later parts of the day, the only thing that we can say is the markets have a tendency to rally early and then sell off and then rally late again in the end of the day. We don't really know what's going to happen here because now the S&P is double topped at its old high. Now yesterday the Russell and the NASDAQ made new contract highs while the S&P didn't, and for the second day in a row we've yet to print into a new high in the S&P. We'll let Tim take it from here for the rest of this.
Tim from Top Notch Trading. The SPU has made a high today at the year contract high of 47.90. It's just double top. The mini contract high was 48. We're seeing a pullback right now back to the opening range of 40.5 to 41, which is key right now. If they take that out, I expect these things to have further erosion and have a downside target right now of 32.40. The other side of the coin is if the opening ranges do hold, we should see an extension back up to the contract highs and then a further move higher to an ascending trend channel now of 57.10. Of course, that trend line is going to change as the days progress because it is ascending, but right now the opening range is key. The other side is the NASDAQ future. They had a contract high at 1896 going into yesterday. They extended it further with a high at 12. Today it's up to 19. So totally, they've made a 25 handle new contract high in the last 2 days. Don't know what to think, but right now they've traded back down to their high at 1912. They opened up on their lows at 0.1/2 and took them straight up 18 handles. Tough to tell because right now the SPU is acting weaker. We'll see what happens, and 32.40, like I said, will take us to an objective today in the SPU. See you tomorrow.